Hey, everyone,
Hey.
it's Isaiah. Welcome. And today I am talking, or tonight rather, because
Yeah.
it's the night already where I am.
Same.
I'm talking with Victoria Chisholm. Is that the
Yeah.
correct
That's
pronunciation?
correct
And
pronunciation.
we are talking about OTALOCO. In case you live under a rock or you really don't follow me, in less than 10 days, well, 8 days it
Eight
says, but I
days.
think it's 9 actually,
Yeah.
because I'm not sure. December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, that I'm sure of. Now
Yes.
you count the days. And we are having Otaloco. So Otaloco is an Oracle and Tarot Lovers Congress. The idea is that we have 21 speakers, 22. Oh, sorry, no,
20.
23.
20. Oh.
23. As from today, we have a
Oh.
guest speaker that I'm going to announce proudly tomorrow. So for
Oh.
today, I'm just hinting you that we have
Hint.
a 23rd speaker. And ladies and gentlemen, she is out of this world amazing. I'm so excited that she said yes. So 23 speakers over the course of 3 days. We have 3 live panels where our speakers come together and play, and maybe, you never know, bring some cards and pull some cards for
Mm-hmm.
the audience,
Yeah.
but also answer your questions, etc. You can grab 21 freebies, one for each of our speakers. You can participate in 21 giveaways. You get an all attendees deck card, digital deck card. You get an all attendees booklet, and our sponsor, the amazing Deckable, are gifting every attendee a free digital deck of their choice amongst more than 500 that they have on their platform. So just in case didn't have enough of us
Mm-hmm.
goodness, you can also have a free deck. You will find the link to register for free somewhere around this video. I don't know where it is, depending on what platform you're watching. And come and play with us. It's going to
Yeah.
be fun. It's going to be different than any other tarot conference you have ever attended.
Mm-hmm.
And not only because the vision that I had for it was different, but also because our speakers are incredible, if I say so myself.
Yay.
And we are having today a little conversation with Victoria to get
Yeah.
to meet her a little more. And Victoria, her talk, which gets me so freaking excited, because I don't know if I told you that, but one of the things I was told by somebody else reading some aura things in the
Yeah.
beginning of the year was, this is the year where you have to work with dragons.
Yes.
So when you showed up in my world saying, yeah, I'm the dragon person, I love working with dragons, I've got all these dragon decks, and
Yeah.
I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I love dragons with a passion. And I think one of the things I love teaching about is we actually have dragon teams, not just this individual, like guardian dragon looking over our shoulder. It's a whole team, and they're all there for different purposes. There's one for your career, one for your love life, one for your organization, and everything else. There's so much going on all the time with them.
Amazing.
As
I
your
can't wait.
life changes, they change with you.
Amazing. And so you're doing a talk about the five or I don't
The
remember
five
how
like
many
best dragon, oracle, and tarot decks that's out there at the
that
moment.
are available. Ooh, great,
Yeah.
because I need to buy me a good dragon deck because
Yes.
I don't
Well,
have
that's the
one.
thing. I think everyone needs at least one or two.
Oh, yeah.
At least.
We're not going to discuss numbers. That's one thing that, because, we're not shaming people around the
No, no,
amount of
no,
decks
no.
that we have at home. Hi, Pia. Sorry, Pia, one of our speakers is.
Yeah.
So no, we're not discussing numbers because,
No, no.
it's not who's got the most.
No, it's definitely not who's got the most.
About but we are all card lovers and we all have a lot of decks. I'm
Yes.
believing. So yeah, and you will come live to do this talk, right?
Yes, I
Just
am
meet.
coming live to speak with your beautiful self during this talk, so
Yeah,
definitely.
I love that we can have a conversation with you and that we can ask you questions and so on.
Yeah.
I really love that. We have also in Otaloco all varieties of of talks. We have live readings, we have live talks, have recorded talks, we have recorded interviews.
Yeah.
And for anything that is recorded, since I'm on the back end, I've been watching a few of them, even participating in a few
Yeah.
of them. And it's like, I'm so happy that I chose every one of you. It's like,
Yeah.
yes. Yes.
Yeah. It's going to be amazing. It's just going to be absolutely amazing.
There's a big thing, but
Yeah.
when it starts to come together, and I can see your faces and listen to your words and share your wisdom, it's like, wow, now I know why I'm doing this thing. It's so
Exactly.
and I'm so happy to have met you, because we were not in contact before that. You're not.
No, we weren't.
And I'm so happy to kind of introduce you and the Dragon teams into a wider audience,
The
possibly.
wider universe.
Yes, I'm excited. So I forgot to say, if you register to OTALOCO, or when you register rather, you can also upgrade to a tier 2 or tier 3 ticket that will give you an amazing bunch of bonuses, even more than you can imagine, actually.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's so many, but you will find everything on the link on the page. Go and have a look at that. Now, these little interviews, they work in a similar way for everyone. I have two questions. One is a kind of a serious questions, but the other one is kind of a fun, a little more, kind of get to know you question.
Love
So
it.
the first question for you, Victoria, is how did you initially connect with tarot or oracle cards? Were you young?
I was thinking about that just the other day, funny enough. I was trying to remember how it all came about. But I would have been about 12 or 13, and I was gifted my first tarot deck by my friend at the time. But it was actually it didn't work for me, which is why I switched to oracle decks very quickly on, because it was too big. I didn't like the energy of the deck, and I'm a great believer that every deck has its own like personality, its own energy that you work with. And I also noticed quite quickly that I didn't need the booklet. I was intuitive enough to work off of the cards, and I was also like opening portalways and gateways with the cards when I touched them. And that was something I developed later, mid-20s to early 30s, even further. But at that time, I just noticed the shift in energy, and things were coming through much faster and quicker. So like if I'm doing an oracle reading, I can talk really fast at times, and I'm not meaning to. It's just all the information's got to come out, and that is it. So I would have been like 12 or 13. I think it was Thor's Tarot, actually, if I remember correctly, was the first deck I got. And then I went into like the Doreen Virtue decks of the time, and then moved on from that into more indie style decks, just like self-published decks and things like that. But it was always angelic, fae, it was elementals and celestial right from the off.
But was it always obvious that you were going to do that for a living? Or did you consider becoming a chemistry professor or some kind of,
I considered, I was doing veterinary
hairdresser?
nursing. I did, I was an author. I self-published a little book many years ago. So I was doing other things, and I really thought I was probably going to go down more the animal care route, but holistic medicine was like super important to me back then. Like I was focused on Reiki for animals back in a time no one was focusing on that. I was focusing on light language, light medicine, colors for animals. That was the passion. And I developed an allergy that kind of knocked me out of that career field. And it was just a quick redirect. So I knew I wanted to do energetic healing for animals and people at a distance. I knew I could do that. That wasn't an issue. But I was too ahead of my time. This was like back 20 years ago. But to think I was on the right path, but not just I was just too forward thinking in some ways. So it was really interesting. And then I noticed this other energy that I had recognized in my childhood as being this very strong, determined energy coming forward, big personalities coming in, and this was the dragons. And it was just reconnecting with them in such a way that was like, it really grounded me at a time. And I was doing social media, intuitive strategy with social spiritual entrepreneurs. And then people kept saying to me in readings I was getting, they're like, this is good for now, but this is not what you're meant to do all the time. You've got to get back in with your dragons. You've got to speak about the dragons. And I was like, if you guys think I can make a career out of this, you're all absolutely nuts. Like I was not, I was like, this is my passion. I just wasn't ready to take it public, if you like. And then about 5 years ago, I went and took it public.
Well, we're very happy for that.
Thank you.
And so did you completely drop the tarot and stayed only with the oracles, or did you come back in
No,
your life?
I'm very picky with tarot. That's the way I'm going to put it. I'm very picky. I have a mermaid tarot deck. I have Egyptian tarot decks. I have dragon tarot. What's the other ones I've got? I've got a beautiful new one that's called the Unveiling of the Golden Path Tarot, and it's by Ivy Izzy or Izzy Ivy, I think. Yeah, Izzy Ivy, and I love it. Absolutely love the energy. It's very Atlantean and Lemurian energy combined. It's just a beautiful deck. So I do have tarot decks in my life. I tend to play around with more oracle because that works for me easier than tarot. But when I get a tarot deck I use it to absolute death. There's no other way to put it. I'll just play with it until it's completely second nature and just part of my being.
Awesome. So my fun question would be,
Okay.
if you had to assign a tarot card to represent your personality, which one would it be and why?
Oh.
So you're only allowed one. I know this is hard.
I know.
And again, it's going to be your answer for right now, no
Yeah.
pressure for, the whole life of this.
I think like the High Priestess card, because there's usually
Ooh, I like it.
I'm magical and I know it, and I'm ready to step into that. While I am in that leader role, I will go out of my way to help others, to build their confidence, to help them step into their power. And I'm about really bringing the magic back into people's lives.
I love that. I love that. You know that I work with goddesses, with Greek goddesses. The High Priestess is connected with Persephone energy. And Persephone is really this dual goddess that is both completely connected up and down. So it's like a lot of, I love that, and what you were saying earlier on about the dragons kind of being a grounding force. I also, I feel very called to say that for me, it's one of the crucial points in living a spiritual life is that we have chosen to incarnate.
Yes.
And anyone who tries to live like an angel is going to expect failure, because it so happens this lifetime our souls have decided for some flesh. So we might as well, kind of live it
to the maximum,
to the fullest. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. That's amazing. Thank you very much for sharing with us. And again, if you want to know more about Victoria, if you want to know more about dragons and dragon decks, register for OTALOCO. You will find the link below. It's free. Oh, and you've got 7 days of free replays.
Yes.
You don't have to rush and see all 21 talks in 3 days. You're allowed to eat. Go out with your friends, and you have 7 days to watch all the replays and get to meet Victoria and 22 other amazing speakers. Thank you very much for having us, Victoria.
Thank you so much for having me.
And I will talk to you all soon. Bye for now.